That chuckle. Haley, deja de press on it.
Okay. Take 2 of reaction time. After the first one, you didn't record.
I was reacting to 8096's typing.
I mean, we can show you the video for clicks. They're really awesome.
But guess what? It erased. So, whatever. I'm gonna be reacting to another video. Welcome to my channel again. And with take 2. Okay, I'm gonna be reacting to 10 spring break horror stories. Because, you know, we're gonna be in spring break in a week. So,
Yeah.
yes. This video from Talco.
Talco.
Yeah, if you know Spanish, this is funny. Let's start right now.
Esmond family.
The
In
Esmond
March
family.
2015, the Esmond family decided to spend their spring break in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
that's
The
so
day before
cool.
the Esmonds checked
Ooh,
into
the
their
hotel
nearly $900 a night hotel room, the hotel room below was treated for insects. The problem is, the treatment that was used contained methyl bromide, which is also highly toxic to humans and illegal for use indoors. The family grew sick, and by July 2015, Father Stephen Esmond was still paralyzed, and his 2 sons were also
That's
paralyzed, and one was
horrible.
in and
Why
out
would
of
they
a
even
coma.
use a toxic
Rennie
when they're
Jones.
right
During
there?
spring break 2014,
Why would people use toxic chemicals when other people are inside the building? Like, if I were
Yeah,
to...
it's horrible.
If I
And
were-
it's spring break. Oh, don't go to spring break. Because you're gonna be dead.
Rennie Joes and about 20 of his friends vacationed in Panama City, Florida. But Rennie Joes never came home. The Rice University senior disappeared 4 days into the trip, and no one seems to know what happened.
Wait, the Rice University. Sorry,
Nah,
this is terrible.
stop disrespecting the rice. Mr.
Come on,
Rice.
it's not funny. Okay. But yeah, he disappeared 4 days into the trip, and no one sent to see him.
Suspiciously,
This is so
many of his
sad.
friends returned home within 1 day of his disappearance. His clothes, cell phone, and wallet were found in a trash can outside of the vacation home, though his body was never found. Police speculate Jose was high on LSD and tried to go for a swim, but drowned in the process. Amanda Eskridge. On Amanda Eskridge's first vacation away from home, her and her friends decided to take advantage of spring break and visited Cancun. All was going great.
Wait, I don't want to hear a horror story of Cancun.
Why not?
Don't mess up with Mexico.
20-year-old was crossing the street in front of her hotel and was struck by a transit bus. The bus driver didn't even slow down until passengers forced them to. It wasn't
In Mexico, they don't care if you get hit or not. They won't stop. Believe me.
Whoops,
until
a
days
bird.
later Amanda's belongings were returned to her friends, with everything except that her license was missing. It even took 4 days and a $4,000 bribe from her parents to get Amanda's body home for her funeral. Andrew Smith.
Yeah.
The
That's
Smith
so
family
sad.
had big plans.
You had to wait to get your Oh
You
my
have to
God.
pay so much money to get the book.
That's terrible.
Nena. What was that? Nothing. It's just a teenage girl. The
Which
usual.
included staying at an all-inclusive hotel in Cancun, Mexico. While on vacation, 16-year-old Andrew Smith
Is this everything in Cancun? Like what? Oh. Don't go to Cancun, guys.
Scratch that in my wish list.
This is scratch that and I wish list. We're not going to Cancun, Haley.
Oh,
I know.
but Mama
was
said it
waiting
was
for the
creepy.
hotel elevator when he fell down an unprotected elevator shaft. Though Smith survived the
Damn.
5-story
That's why I don't
fall,
like
it was 50
elevators.
minutes until any help arrived.
So
When
you're
the
gonna go
doctor
up the
finally came to
stairs?
the rescue, Andrew was found impaled with metal. Smith died from heart failure during surgery to save his life. Molly Ammon. It's normal for University of Florida students to spend their spring break at Madeira Beach. So in 2014, a group of friends, including Molly Ammon, took to the hot spot to take a break from the stress of school. Molly and her
I get it. I totally get it. Stressful school. Me right now.
friends were drinking when she became too intoxicated and her friends put her to bed. They checked on her a few times, but they weren't too worried about her. When they went to check on her the next morning, Molly was still in the same spot, but she wasn't breathing. Molly had apparently died of alcohol poisoning while she was asleep. Brian Schaefer. In
People, don't drink.
Don't underage drink.
2007, Brian Schaefer and his friend Clint Florence decided to celebrate the beginning of spring break at a bar in Columbus, Ohio.
I know.
Columbus, Ohio. What?
We're not even.
Who would go to Columbus, Ohio for spring break?
come on. It's boring.
Surveillance footage shows Brian talking to two women outside of the bar that night, but
Ooh.
he seems to disappear back inside the bar after the conversation. Cameras never see Brian leave the bar that night, and no one has information. Police believe Brian's friend Clint has more information, but he has refused to take a polygraph test. Clint's attorney insists Brian is still alive, and he is choosing to not be found. Lucy Randolph. Michigan State University senior Lucy Randolph was no stranger to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. So
What's up with this place in Mexico?
You know.
You just trash in Mexico right here. And I just spit.
she thought it would be the perfect spot for her and her friends to head for spring break. On the last night of her vacation, she was separated from her friends. While trying to hail a cab home, a security guard forced his way into her cab and wouldn't leave. The guard and the cab driver proceeded to sexually assault Randolph, but dumped her when another driver spooked them. Randolph spoke out about her nightmare assault in 2015, but sadly took her own life in 2016. Jordan Britton. In 2015, 20-year-old Jordan Britton and his friends headed to the South Padre Island, Texas to check out its amazing beaches and concert scene. Jordan and his friends were attending a concert at a water park when witnesses say he became disoriented. He had lost the keys to his car and left the park, but wasn't let back in. His friends
Well, he wasn't smart then.
grew worried when he never returned, and soon they reported him missing. Days later, Jordan's body was discovered in the marshes near the water park, wearing nothing but his underwear. Brittany Drexel. In 2009, 17-year-old Brittany Drexel went to Myrtle Beach for spring break. On the last night of the vacation, Brittany walked to a friend's hotel room, but when she left, she was never seen again. It wasn't until August of 2016 that authorities had answers for Brittany's
What is this, like 2009, okay? 2016, last year. 2009, okay. Like what?
7 years.
7 years after? The authorities have something about the disappearance? Like, oh my god, they're so slow.
It wasn't until August of 2016 that authorities had answers for Brittany's disappearance. An inmate confessed to cops that he saw Brittany being held captive a day after she was reported missing. He also claims to have witnessed her being raped, killed, and dumped into an alligator pit. Mark Kilroy. One of the
Alligators.
Why alligator pit? Oh my god.
Have a nice spring break.
scariest spring break, the of Texas student and his friends headed to South Padre Island in 1989. During their trip, they hopped back and forth between Texas and
Mexico.
nearby Mexico. One
Really?
night, Mark separated from his friends while in Mexico and never returned. It wasn't until a month later that the gruesome details of what happened to Mark were revealed. While in Mexico, Mark was abducted by a drug-smuggling Mexican cult that practiced black magic.
That's what I guessed. This is terrible.
Yeah,
People don't go to Mexico. Too dangerous. That's why I barely go.
The cult sacrificed Mark in the belief that drinking his blood would help them evade arrest.
And that was it, my friends. This is terrible. That's why I'm gonna stay home on spring break. Or because I don't have nowhere to go and I'm broke, but after this, yeah, I'm never going out on spring break. This is terrible. Those things that happen to people when they die because they go to a vacation spot. And see you later. Bye.